Hi there, Leo. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa, from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love general messages as a general reading, so the roles might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me, okay? So in this reading, Leo, it's going to be a you versus them format. I'm going to be pulling a card about who is it that we're going to be talking about today and what their current energy is like, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, all right? One of the biggest challenges within this connection has a lot to do with one person is giving things that is being perceived by the other person as it's never good enough. It's making me feel worse. It's making me feel bad. It's not enough, you know, because you got the Six of Wands in reverse. It just doesn't make me feel good about myself. That could be you doing that to them, or that could be them doing that to you. But anyway, in the past, you had the Fool card in reverse, and you also have the Seven of Pentacles in upright position. I feel that this is a situations in which you think that you are not really willing to take a giant leap of faith towards. Even if it's a reconciliation, you're like, no, I don't think that's kind of like the things that I have in mind right now. However, there's also this belief about you having put like a lot of investment into this connection to a point where, you know, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to keep on the energy of being hopeful or expecting way too much and wanting to, you know, take on the impulsive energy to decide about something. I'm just going to wait and see. Okay. We're just going to wait and see what's going to come out here, because I feel that all of the energy that you have right now, Leo, is very, very divinely guided, because I feel that circumstances is going to get aligned so that you could find the answers that you've been looking for. But again, this is a general reading. So what are the questions that is being answered? I can't really specify it. However, what I can tell you is this: if it's good or if it's bad, the answers that you would finally get, it is divinely guided. It's for the greater good. It's for your own good. Okay. Just so you know. In the past, this person has the Knight of Pentacles and also the Two of Cups in upright position. I feel that this person has always had like a very, very unwavering feelings of love towards you. In the present moment, however, they have the King of Pentacles in reverse and also the King of Wands. I do feel that there's something here that kind of like bruised their ego a little bit, to a point where they feel that, you know what, I'm actually going to be doing something that is very drastic to prove a point, or to kind of like make a statement towards Leo, because their current energy, they have the Five of Swords, the Tower in reverse, and also the Six of Cups in reverse. There is a lot of bottled up emotions that this person is carrying at this present moment. And all of those bottled up emotions are not really something that is positive. Most of them are really negative there with the Six of Cups in reverse, which means that they're having the tendency to be looking at things from a very negative perspective. So it's kind of like all of it is your fault. We're going to clarify, yeah? However, in the future, Leo, they have the Four Cups in reverse and also the Six of Swords in reverse. From your side, you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and you also have the Seven of Cups. I feel that right now, because their ego is talking a lot more than their feelings, in the future, I don't think that's going to be the case, because I feel that after some times, their heart is going to soften, right? The shell is going to get softened a little bit to a point where they're starting to be much more in touch with their emotions. They will try to stop thinking about you, but they just couldn't. There is going to be something here that they're doing in the future, but I feel that it's going to be at a point where you're not really interested in investing into these connections anymore because of how cloudy it seems, okay? Because I feel that you have evaluated this person from a very practical standpoint, And you're like, now that I've studied and analyzed this person from a practical standpoint, I don't think being with them or investing in this connection is a wise decision for me to do, especially with a lot of confusion that this person is going to be bringing. But yeah, although you would have that type of thought about like, yeah, not interested, you're going to be made a bit confused by some things that they're doing in the future. We're going to clarify, okay? So now let's get into your reading, Leo, and let's start clarifying your cards. Okay. The thing is that, Leo, this person actually knows that you guys are waiting for them, which is kind of true. You're probably waiting for them to do something, waiting for them to apologize. You're waiting for them to clarify something, give you confirmation, whatever that may be. They know that you're waiting on it. Okay. It's not that they're oblivious to the fact. And with the King of Pentacles in reverse in here, it's going to mean that they're going to be doing certain type of stuff that they know. No. They're not going to be doing the stuff that they know you're waiting for. Why? Because the ego now is being involved. Just leaving you in that state of confusion. For some reason, it's something to make a statement out of. You've been observing this person for quite a while, and you have also been kind of like developing some sort of conclusion on your own about what this person truly is and how they have treated you, and etc. And I feel that you're now actually focusing a lot more on yourself, on how you could gain more control on yourself, on how you could be manifesting the things in your sphere or in your life. Okay, let's clarify that King of Wands. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you believe that, you have a tremendous amount of love towards them, okay? You can try to deny it, but you still do, okay? It shows here. And you know that you still have that hope, right? Like, you still have that hope of like, maybe we're going to see what happens, right? We're going to go with the flow. Let's see where this goes. I am patient. I can be patient. I can be very, very patient. It's okay. Circumstances is going to align themselves to a point where I could be together with them, or they could change, and etc. However, Leo, what you need to understand is that because their ego has been bruised and they're now remembering all of the bitter memories of the past and bottling it up all up on themselves, they have the tendency to actually be blaming you for the hurt that they felt, that they've experienced in this connection or in this relationship. So it's not really a very introspective or reflective type of energy. It's not like, okay, maybe this relationship was deteriorated. Maybe I took part in it. Not really. It's always about you. You're the one that causes it to break apart or to make them hurt or whatever that may be. Their ego cannot simply take or cannot simply accept the fact that, you know what, I actually contributed a little bit into it. So it's all on you. It's quite similar with Aries reading though, whereas looking, no, it's not, it's different. Because with Aries, it's looking at another person through the lens of contempt, thinking that I'm smarter than you, I'm better than you and everything like that. But from you, it's much more stemmed from, I cannot accept the fact that I did something wrong. I cannot accept the fact that I contributed towards the falling apart of this relationship. So it's being masked with this. No, it's all Leo's fault. Leo is the one who is being an ass. Leo is this, Leo is that. It's all your fault. And they're also racking their brains on, a lot of bad memories that you've done towards them, all of your flaws, all of your mistakes, and etc. Okay, let's clarify the future. I'm going to clarify that Four of Cups in reverse from their side. Okay, so there is going to be some point in time, Leo, where they would finally realizes that the things that they're doing, deliberately not giving you what you want, deliberately not giving you the clarity that you're looking for, or deliberately trying to be an ass just to make a statement and everything like that, is not working towards you. Instead, it's kind of like leading you more and more to becoming more independent of them. So there's going to be certain things here that this person is going to be doing. However, I just don't think that this person truly understand and truly get what you're trying to say or what you want out of this person. Because they're looking like, let's say for instance, your biggest concern is this, right? And this has been the reasons all along for you to stand your ground, to enforce your boundaries and everything. And they be like addressing something else. They're gonna be coming into you and it's like, okay, I understand about this part, but they're not gonna be addressing the things that matters to you the most. That in itself is going to show you as like, whoa, you're so detached. You haven't done your own reflection. You haven't done your own work and everything like that. So you're not really going to be impressed by it. And there's also going to be a side of you who's like, okay, what is this person doing right now? Why is he suddenly, or why is he or she suddenly, wanting to listen to what I'm talking? Because they're going to be wanting to listen to you, trying to empathize with you, trying to get leveled with you on an emotional basis. And you're thinking, what is this person's doing? Does it come from a very genuine intention or is it not? Okay. So I feel that everything that this person is going to be doing in the future, you're not really going to be taking it to the heart. There's going to be a little bit of a filter that they have to bypass in order for you to be like, oh, okay, now I can trust them. I could do this with them again. Yeah. Okay. Let's clarify again the future with the Six of Swords in reverse. Clear for the Seven of Cups from your side. This is interesting. But what I need to stress or what I need to emphasize in this reading, Leo, is that tarot can never ever accurately predict timing because not everything is set in stone, right? Like there's no way in hell there's a book written out there about me doing this at exactly this date and this hour. No. Okay. Not everything is set in stone. So what I'm trying to tell you is that tarot is all about causal energy. Certain things is going to happen when you're already in this certain type of energy. Okay. Now, when you just don't care anymore, when you've turned your back, when you finally freezes all of your emotions over, when you finally can get a peaceful, restful, sleep at night where you're no longer thinking about them. So this is literally out of the blue when you're least expecting it. That's when this person is going to come to you, bringing you some sort of happy news. Okay. But again, as I said, it might not be the most important thing that bothers you so much. The thing is that I don't think that we're talking here about a person whom you've just barely met. It is not somebody that is recent. This is somebody who has a history with you, somebody who has already studied. What is it that I can do towards Leo in order to make Leo feel happy? So they're going to be doing something. To some of you, again, this is a general reading, but to some of you, it could be a bit of a gimmick type of stuff of like sending you some sort of surprises. Just they know what makes you happy and they're going to do that. Okay. They're just going to do that when you least expect it. Because they wanted to be transforming. Okay. They're going to be like, okay, Leo, come on. We are in this Cold War. It's been quite a while. I just kind of like wants to break the ice. I just want to be okay with you. I just want to, be together with you peacefully and everything like that. So they're going to do something that they know it's going to make you happy. But Leo, it's not touching the thing that bothers you the most, just so you know. Okay. Now that is going to lead you to be a bit confused. Like, okay, now that I don't think about them so much, now that I don't stress about them so much, now they're trying to make me happy, right? But you have the Four of Wands. It's much more like a temporary type of happiness. Again, as I said, maybe like a surprise or suddenly doing something towards your mother if your mother is very important to you, or I don't know. It's just like a showy type of thing, I would say. Or suddenly come into your doorstep, doing you something, just something like that, okay? And you're going to be like, okay, now that I don't think about them that much, now that I've mentally prepared to just move ahead without even having a space in my head to think about them, now that I'm like that, now they come around with this, what am I going to do? Okay, so I think that at the end of it, you're going to have to make a decisions at some point. The decisions right now is still it's not present. We'll see next week, okay? Now let's pull some advice cards for you here, Leo. Okay, so you have the Five of Wands, you have the Knight of Wands, and you also have the Eight of Pentacles and Upright Position. Keep in mind that this is the After Tarot deck, so it's going to be very different than the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. However, you've had some conflict or an argument with you. There has been a bit of a disruptions towards this connection, right? The disruptions has already been done. Now, what the card is advising you to do is that now that this disruption has been done, just imagine a house that suddenly collapses and you're standing in the middle of those rubbles, right? And you just imagine you standing there and thinking, okay, what is it about this house that makes it so unstable? Was it not built on a good foundation? What type of foundation should it be built on so that it could be a bit stronger? Now, this is the way that you should be looking into this connection. Now that it has collapses, right? It has suffered a major disruptions. Now what you need to do is that you need to sit down and look at your relationship and like, okay, this is such a disruptive type of relationship. What is it about this relationship that doesn't have a strong foundation? What is it that I can do in the future to ensure that the relationship that I'm in, whether it's going to be with this person or not, will not have this type of weak foundation anymore? How can I ensure that the next house that I build, the next connection that I build, the next relationship that I build is not going to suffer this type of disruptions anymore? Okay. Focus more on the practical of things and not be too baper. And usually we would call it baper, or means like take it way too personally. Okay. Don't personalize things, but trying to assess it from a very, very practical standpoint. All right. So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Leo. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.